but as they're going to head over to Intercom for a nice tournament. It's Jared Ball with a beautiful ball. Jared Enos with a beautiful ball there to Zach Lau, but Lau a little too much on the touch. Jared Enos is fighting for it. Is intercepted there. Colin Quinn recovers.
Picked up nicely. Way to recover there from Colin Quinn.
Yeah, Colin Quinn, just a sophomore. He's really been a revelation here for this team. Not an expected guy coming in. That is a beautiful ball there from Andrew Costancio. The ball is in, and it's a goal.
A great
Zach
finish
Lau.
there from Zach Lau. Zach Lau, great composure there. Way to keep that foot down. Way to keep that ball down. Slid right back in the net. That's how you do it, Mark.
Indeed, it's allowed to tap that cross in. The Falcons already lead 2-0. 10 minutes into this beautiful ball game. The Falcons are coming off a 6-11-2 season last year, looking to improve upon that record. Really a tough year last year for the Falcons, as not a lot of senior leadership from that squad, as a lot of players are returning this year, and a lot of new guys up from the JV team. It's a bright future here for Falcons soccer, Colin.
Really is. That was a beautiful flick there from a junior to another junior. And with the senior with the finish. So we got two juniors on that play. It's really good to see them stepping up, helping finish this game.
Diaz coach Jacob Hunley enters this with a 27-33 and 14 overall record at the helm for the Falcons. He's been on the job for quite a few years now, and he's had some success, had some down years. He's clearly established himself as a good coach here for the Falcons.
A little bit of an errant shot there from Zach Lau. Couldn't get his full body around it.
Lau looking for his second goal of the game already, early in the early stages of this match. Don Pelé controls the ball and is looking to get this Falcons offense going. A third goal here for the Capital Christian would be really a tough blow for them, as they're coming in off that 4-1 loss to the Del Campo Cougars. And their spirits, I'm sure, are not high, especially after that 7-0 loss in the prior game to Rio Americana. Jared Enos controls, looking for a man in the last third, but
A little too strong
great
there.
defensive play there by the Cougars. Booting that one out of bounds. Looks like sophomore Colin Quinn will take this throw, number 8. He finds David Smiley, who boots it right back to Colin Quinn. Nice classic live and go play there. Bad touch there for Andrew Costancio, and as we're underway here from you, I want to remind you earlier, our CB women's soccer team took on St. Francis and emerged after a tough fought and really a tight game for the entire game. They came out with a draw, 0-0. No goals in that game over at Granite Regional Park after 80 minutes. Really a great result there for the Lady Falcons after a 2-1 loss here at Hughes Stadium on Tuesday night.
Of course, it's good to see the girls back tie-in action, not taking another loss. They're already 1-4 on the season. Try and turn that bad start around. Good start there with the St. Francis tie.
Yeah, that 1-4 loss, or 1-4 start, can really be attributed to a lot of injuries, and so it's kind of preventing the Falcons from gelling early in the season. But Macy Backrich and Kayla Stevens return to the pitch this evening, and we'll look for the Lady Falcons to fly high so in the upcoming games. Continuing the rivalry feel, I want to remind you to come out here on Tuesday, as your men's soccer team will be taking on Jesuit in the annual Holy Cup matchup. Should be a great game between a talented Falcon squad and a really talented Jesuit Marauder team. What are we looking for in that matchup, Colin?
We're going to see the juniors really step up. The seniors have played them a couple times, and as you may have mentioned, we are 0-12 in the past 12 years against.
0-12-1, we got a tie in there.
0-12-1.
Give them some credit.
My apologies. Looking to see these juniors step up and try and make a difference and add to the senior talent we have on this team.
Yeah, and really any kind of result, a draw or a win against Jesuit would really be a boost for this team.
Definitely boost the morale.
So the Marauders are perennially a nationally ranked soccer squad and have been known for their soccer program around Northern California and really around the nation. Jared Enos controls and has Andrew Costancio in the middle, but just a bad touch there from Costancio.
That ball's going to fall right to Colin Quinn. He's going to have Zach Lau open.
Nice combination there between Lau and Jared Enos, the seniors.
A little bit of a poor cross there from Jared Enos, but he gets a deflection off a Capital defender for a Christian Brothers corner.
And that'll bring up our first corner of the evening. The Falcons don't have a ton of height down there, so JT Whistler really the biggest guy.
Falcons be looking to whip it in here and just tap it in with the foot. Be hard to get it on the head over all of these tall Capital Christian defenders in the back.
Jared Enos whips that ball into the box, but it's controlled by the Capital Christian keeper.
Nicely done there by the Capital Christian keeper to recognize that he had time to come out, snatch that ball up before the Falcons could finish it.
Do you prefer more of an aggressive or a conservative goalie, Colin? As a former goalie yourself?
I played more of an aggressive style, and it does come back to bite you at times. But if you're not aggressive enough, then you can really get beat up back there. So I'd say you have to find a good happy medium, but more toward the aggressive side, Mark.
Indeed. I think that is great advice. Is creep towards the 15-minute mark here in the opening half. The Christian Brothers Falcons leading 2-0 after goals from JT Whistler and Zach Lau early in the first 10 minutes of this match.
Referee telling him to back up here. Jared Enos tries to get the ball across the field. Nice little switch here from the Falcons. See if they can get something to open up. Bad touch there from number 2, Zachary Martin. Falcons are able to gain possession, though, and they're dribbling it right down the field. It's going to be a little bit of an errant pass there from the Capital Christian Cougars. CB will retain possession in the back line.
It's Johnny White. Christian Brothers goalie has played really well so far this season and has not had a lot of work here. So the Falcons done a great job possessing the ball at about a 70-30 clip in the Falcons' possession so far in this match. The Capital is looking to get back in it. They've done a better job last couple minutes, don't you think, Colin, possessing the ball more?
They've really done a good job playing it all the way back and trying to push it from the back instead of just trying to create something in the middle where it's not forcing it. Really good to see the goalie get involved, get it all the way back there and start from the back. A couple of errant touches here, but we have seen a lot better possession of CB after that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, really, those first touches really critical for the Falcons this evening, as they had a couple good first touches and they resulted in 2 Falcons goals. As Capital Christian starts play and is about 30 yards out from the goal. They've got a man into the 18-yard box, though.
A little bit of a deflection and almost get a shot off, and it will be a corner off the Falcons.
And we got the first corner kick of the evening for the Capital Christian Cougars. See if they can capitalize. Capital Christian has a couple bigger attackers. I see a defender wandering down in there in the box. See if one of their guys can get a head on it here.
A little bit more height here.
That ball's off the head of a Capital Christian attacker, but trickles outside the box. Jared Enos is fighting for it. Nice job to play it back into the box, but looks like that Christian Brothers defense really has a handle in this Capital Christian offense early in this game, just like you highlighted in the pregame or early in stages of the match.
Nice run there from Jared Enos. Way to get open. Keep the ball in, and he does.
So Enos sprints down that right wing.
A little bit too big of a touch, and Capital Christian is able to backtrack and grab him.
Colin Quinn tracks into the box. He's looking to fire, and he fires and he hits. 3-0 Falcons.
That was a great goal there from Colin Quinn, just driving right into the defense, taking a little touch, putting it right in that top corner out of the goalie's reach. Goalie looked like he got a hand on it, but it was just not enough to save that ball.
Wow, that was an impressive goal, Colin.
That was quite impressive.
Yeah, I was not expecting that there from the sophomore Quinn, who continues his early emergence on this Falcons squad. Really not a lot expected from the two-sport athlete Quinn, who also played water polo this past fall, was the JV goalie, and was really an impressive goalie for that JV squad. But he's out here balling on the varsity squad here on the soccer team and playing well.
We got a lot of two-sport athletes out here. It's really a definite highlight of CB. Multiple kids playing multiple sports. It's really good to see.
Capital Christian looks to get something going on offense, but the ball is stolen back quickly. As Andrew Costancio kicks over to Quinn here on the right side. And he has Dom Paletti deep in that final third. Paletti looking for a man.
Paletti with a nice little scissor move. Puts it across, but Capital Christian is able to pick it up.
Number 3, Bryant Dollywall just checked into the game. Controls and kicks over to Quinn.
Nice little switch there from Dollywall. Way to recognize he had too many people on his side.
As Quinn controls. Quinn's really done a great job possessing the ball and finding men here early in this match. As Paletti kicks over to Will Salsa. A stalwart here on the Falcons' back line, the senior. He's been a consistent contributor over his 4 years at Christian Brothers High School and is looking to finish it off. That's a bad pass there from number 21, Clark Jacobson.
The sophomore.
Yeah, another sophomore up here on the varsity squad.
Definitely, as we've highlighted all game, we got a lot of sophomore and junior talent up here. Hoping we can build this CB program up for years to come.
I'm seeing a senior warming up down there on the sidelines. Number 12, Willie Osen. Looks like he's getting ready to check in as David Smiley is looking for some room down deep in the Cougar end. Smiley is through 2 defenders.
A little bit behind number 19, Cole Malore. Unable to get backtrack to that ball and save it for a shot on goal.
It's going to bring up the second Christian Brothers corner kick of the night. Looks like number 3 is Zachary Sanchez-Chavy. Chavy is going to take this one here for the Falcons. See if he can whip one into the box, and the Falcons can lead 4-0 here. They've really been a dominant effort over these Cougars early in this match. We're just about 20 minutes into this match here from a frigid Hughes Stadium. Ball's looking for Jared Enos to the top of the box. Jared wants to go through his legs. Falcons are going to control it.
And Cole Malore's not going to be able to catch up to that one. It's going to fall out of bounds for a Capital Christian throw in.
A couple tough plays there for Malore. See if he tries to get back on track. This Capital Christian is looking to get the ball out of their own end. It's really been a tough night here for the Cougars. They've not had much success at all possessing the ball. The Falcons have really dominated this game here on their home field. This goalie Johnny White possesses that one and finds Will Salsa. Will Salsa looking to get this offense running. Salsa has it to Constancio. Constancio, a junior. He's really been a key cog for the Falcons so far this season as well. Coming up from JV. Played JV last year, but he's really been a starter, a consistent starter so far for the Falcons in this Falcons' third game. Colin Quinn finds David Smiley, but again, Constancio really started every single game here for the Christian Brothers early, and Constancio has the ball. He fires, but is saved there. Nice save there from the Cougar keeper. Constancio tried to find that lower left corner, but too much length there from the Cougar keeper. Falcons Failed to go up 4-0. I noticed the Cougars only have 13 active players this evening. Really, the school of only about 500 kids, Capital Christian, but I figured they'd be able to get more kids out here for the soccer team. As their football team is really competitive in that Division 4, especially with new coach Casey Taylor coming over from Del Oro this season. They were very competitive in the Sacramento area, but indeed were bounced in the first round by Bear River. In football, that's a nice move there from Don Paletti. He is rolling into the deep in the Cougar third, but just a miscommunication there between Osen and Paletti.
Falcons will pick the ball back up here. Around the
Smiley has
Paletti will come open and just hit that ball.
Paletti was wide open there, deep in the box.
He only had the goalie to beat.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, he just hit that volley there.
not a good connection there from the junior Paletti, but Paletti's really been a great player so far for the Falcons this season, especially another junior. That's what we're highlighting. Interesting. I've not seen senior striker Alex Silva yet so far in this season. Silva led the team last year with 5 goals on the season. Has 1 so far this season, but seems he's fallen out of the rotation early.
Maybe trying to keep some fresh legs for
campaign.
The bigger games this week. Falcons already up 3-0. Had chances to add to it, too. Playing a couple young faces, trying to get them some playing time early in the season.
It's a great point there. Colin is Falcons will be playing again 4 games in 3 days here this weekend. So it'll be vital for them to have fresh legs in the Intercom Classic coming up this weekend. So Wills also controls the ball on that Falcons back line, and it has Constancio.
Some really strong teams in that Intercom Classic. They will be taking on Rio Linda and Lincoln in their first 2 games.
Rio Linda really a great sports school up there in the northern part of Sacramento. Challenged the Falcons in football here on this very field in the second round of the Sac Joaquin section playoffs, but the Falcons were victorious in that game.
Hopefully the Falcons will be able to get the better of them in this tournament also.
These it'll be a really, and I think it'll be what am I trying to say here? We're gonna see what the Falcons are really made of this weekend as they take on a lot of tough teams. This young group will see if they can put it together here early in the season and find some wins over there at the Intercom Classic. What are you looking for in the Intercom tournament, Buck Colin?
Really looking forward to some strong defense there. Falcons have had some rocky defense in the past and led to giving up a lot of goals. Hasn't really been a failure to score in years past. It's been failure to keep the ball out of the net. And Falcons can pick up that defense with senior Will Salsa, along with Clark Jacobson, a newcomer sophomore. Hopefully they'll be able to take back some CIF pride and make it through sections.
Indeed, as the Falcons were bounced early in the first round last year, losing 3-0 in the first round of the section playoffs. But this looks like brighter days for this Falcons program coming up, especially this season and years going forward. So we'll see if they can capture a section title.
And that's something you really like to see there. Some good confidence from Don Paletti at the 18-yard box, taking a shot, trying to get his foot warmed up early so he can take those shots later in the game when the other team's more tired.
That Capital Christian defense, that back line must be worn down. The Falcons have had it deep in their end for seemingly the entire game. As David Smiley controls here for the Falcons. He's looking for Cole Malore, who has Constancio.
Falcons have been doing a really good job of playing up from the wings. The outside defenders have been really involved in the offense, which is good to see.
Yeah, in the pregame, Coach Jacob Hunley highlighted his wings, Jared Enos and Zach Lau. He really wanted them to push the ball up and get the younger kids involved in the middle. Well, neither of those guys are in the game here. Christian Brothers leads 3-0. Here about half hour into our non-conference matchup between the Falcons and the Cougars.
It's going to be number 24, Caleb
Quinn. Take that free kick, but no success there from Quinn. Fun fact, Caleb Quinn is also the twin of Colin Quinn, who had that second goal of the evening for the Falcons. Colin and Caleb, identical twins, really been following each other's paths for much of their lives. Caleb also played water polo along with Colin in the fall, and they're both up here on the varsity squad for the JV, or for your Christian Brothers Falcons. They're making a big difference here early in the season.
You really hate to see that wasted chance there for the Falcons. They had the ball about 25 yards out. You really got to put that on frame. Challenge this goalkeeper to make a save here.
Goalkeeper's had a tough time, but is really, on the 3 goals for the Falcons, had really no shot at saving either of those balls.
3 well-placed balls. He also has 3 or 4 really good saves here tonight. Falcons have been putting the ball to the corners. This goalie has stopped a few of them, let a few of them in.
Don Politi controls and is looking for a man. Deep in the Cougars' third.
Falcons really playing some good unselfish soccer here. Not too much dribbling. A lot of good passing, a lot of good runs. And you really like to see that right there. Working hard to get the ball back after you lose it. It's going to be a goal kick here for the Capital Christian Cougars.
Yeah, the Cougars really look like a dejected team. Don't you think here early?
They definitely look really defeated early.
Everyone pretty much walking down, setting up for this goal kick. No energy at all for the Cougars. It's not looking good for a Cougars comeback here from U Stadium.
After that demoralizing 7-0 loss to Rio Americano, and already giving up 3 goals here early to Christian Brothers in this first half. There's not much light right now in this Capital Christian team.
Hardly any light as we hit the half-hour point here from Hughes Stadium. Falcons leading 3-0. So we're approaching the latter stages of this first half. It's really been a great first half for the Falcons. They've controlled possession, controlled the shot chart, really giving the Cougars no hope in the early stages of this non-conference matchup. For 24, Caleb Quinn chasing down after that ball and controls it. Has David Smiley's.
Nice through ball there. The center forward, unable to do anything with it as Capital Christian will take over possession. Give it right back to Christian Brothers. Andrew Costancio takes a shot from the 18. Takes a small deflection off Capital and just rolls to the goalie.
No, I noticed there. That's the second time Costancio has tried to shoot in the low left corner this evening. Both times he's been unsuccessful, but we'll see if that continues to trend. Maybe that might be his favorite spot to shoot. Junior Costancio has been held scoreless so far this season. We'll see if he can get on the board this evening. David Smiley looks to take this throw. Instead, we'll roll it over to a teammate. It's going to be number 3, Zachary Sanchez-Chavy. Take this throw. Yeah, it's Will Salsa. He's going to reset. Really an impressive job of the Falcons. Great passing.
It's great to see the Falcons trying to restart from the back, not trying to force anything. We got a pile of Capital Christian players in the middle. No one really up past the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Falcons passing the ball at a better than a 75% clip so far this evening. So they've really controlled the possession, and really it's because of the efficiency of their passing. It's number 31 for Capital Christian, the man with the best hair in the building. Loses the ball there for the Cougars. Andrew Constancio controls, and he's going to look for number 12, Willie Osen.
It's a great run there from Willie Osen. Sadly, we couldn't get the ball to him.
Not enough pace there from Osen. Capital Christian finally seems to get getting something going. They're going to possess this ball in the Falcons' end. Looking for the striker number 30, but great defense there from Will Salsa for the Falcons. Willie Osen just a bit outside. Trickles over the touchline. And the Cougars will get a throw from about midfield. That first goal for JT Whistler, really a beautiful strike from him. It's his second goal in the season. It's really an impressive showing. It's going to bring him into a tie with Hunter Dearland for the team lead in this third game of the Falcons' regular season. Junior Whistler, really a huge combination of size and speed. Up there at about 6'2" and probably one of the fastest guys on the field. It's really an impressive talent for the Falcons as the Capital Christian is into the Falcons' box, but a great save there from Johnny White. The Falcons handle the rebound. Impressive save there from White.
Really bad miscue there from number 3, Zachary Chavy. Really can't let that ball go over your head. And that was a great hit there from the Capital Christian center forward. Way to get his body around, and also a very, very good save there from the Christian Brothers goalie. Way to get his hands behind it.
This is just a sophomore, Johnny White. Another one of those young guys with a lot of talent for the Falcons. Looking for, in just his third varsity game, looking to gain some experience. He's clearly a valuable piece for the Falcons going forward this season. Their only goalkeeper on the roster. They're going to be counting on him. I stand corrected on that one. There is another goalkeeper.
Johnny White has been splitting time with junior Ben Kessler. Both have been quite effective here for the Falcons.
Yeah, that goalkeeping tandem. Two guys who are playing their first seasons on varsity. It's been really effective so far for the Falcons.
Falcons just graduated goalie Alex Forste, and Falcons have done a good job filling that goalkeeper role with both Johnny White and Ben Kessler.
The Forstier was really a key piece for the Falcons. Kept a lot of balls out of the net. So it appears Will Salsa is going to take this free kick from about 20 yards out. It is on frame, but handled well there from the Cougar keeper.
That's step one, putting on frame. Step two, you got to pick a corner. Step one, we hit. We really got to work on that step two there, Mark.
Yeah, I did not find a corner there for Salsa. If he had, it might have been his first goal of the season, but the defenseman will continue to search for that first goal.
Definitely a very solid hit there from Will Salsa.
As we reach the 35-minute mark here from the first half from Hughes Stadium, the Falcons dominating this matchup. Oh, and there was a violent play there from Will Salsa. Maybe a little frustrated from that free kick, just pushed over the Cougar attacker.
And that's something you really got to watch as we get into playing some tougher teams such as Jesuit and Rio Linda and a couple other teams that we'll be playing this weekend. Really can't miss any opportunities from within 20 yards of the goal. You really got to put those in the corner on frame and make the goalie make the hard save.
Cannot give away easy free kicks, too.
Everything's got to be on frame, Mark.
Yeah, indeed.
Definitely a key to the games coming up for these Falcons.
The Falcons have only had a couple shots not on frame, and they've had 3 that have been on frame and past the goalie here early. For the Falcons, who have not struggled on offense at all.
Looks like we're going to have a sub here from Capital Christian. Number 30 will come out. He was the one who had that very nice volley on the missed header from the Falcons.
third goal of the game for Colin Quinn was the Falcons' 8th on the season. Really impressive. 8 goals in 3 games early for the Falcons. Really been great on offense. And they've only ceded 2 goals to that 8.
A little bit of hand grabbing
They've
there.
ceded 3 goals to that 8, but yeah.
A little bit of pushing going on there, and the ref will give the call to the Falcons. We'll see who will step up to take this free kick. It's like Andrew Costancio is walking over to take this one.
Bit too much hand fighting there for the referee's liking. And the Falcons are gonna get an opportunity here inside of 20 yards out.
With a right footer on the ball, looks like he's going to whip it in for a cross here instead of take a shot on goal. Interesting tactic here. Though if you don't have a left footer out there, it'll be a really hard shot.
Yeah, he's about 20 yards out. It's a difficult shot, or would be a difficult shot, as Constancio has Colin Quinn, but it's saved there by the Cougar keeper.
That's a great play from the Falcons there. Colin Quinn just sneaks out in front, gets in front of that ball. Just got to turn on that a little more, and that's a great, easy Falcons goal. Really good to see a plan there on that free kick rather than just some wild run-in.
An impressive pass there from Constancio. Really had that one on time and on target for Quinn. As Quinn controls here on the back line for the Falcons. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. The Falcons put 3 goals into the back of the net, and they lead 3-0 after 1. What are some takeaways here from the first half, Colin?
I think you really got to take away this impressive passing here from the Falcons. They've done a lot of great switches here. Not a lot of dribbling. A lot of playing the ball from the outside defenders straight to the wings. It's really good to see.
So stick with us. It'll be about a 15-minute halftime break, and we will return for the second half here from Hughes Stadium. After 40 minutes, the Falcons lead 3-0. And we're back here at Hughes Stadium for the second half between the Christian Brothers Falcons and the Capital Christian Cougars. And after one half, the Falcons lead 3-0 thanks to goals from J.T. Whistler, Zach Lau, and Colin Quinn. Really an impressive first half for the Falcons as Alex Silva has the ball outside the 18-yard box. Shoots, is looking for the right corner, but it just a little too high and a little wide there from Silva. Silva looking to add to his goal total of just one so far early in the season, but he was the Falcons' leading scorer last year. He's looking to get the senior. He's looking to get rolling here in this second half of this third game here for the Falcons on a frigid evening.
It is quite cold out there. Not a lot of players in sleeves. Very surprising.
Yeah, or tights here as the Capital Christian, the Falcons are looking to make a run.
Definitely
Scooped
restricts a
up
little
there by
bit
the keeper.
definitely will restrict the movement a little bit with the tights and the long sleeve shirts, but sometimes you just need it. Capital Christian out here in the nice bright yellow long sleeve jerseys.
Yeah, and the long sleeve jersey, that's an interesting look. I think really an effective one here as boys soccer has moved. This is the second season of winter boys soccer, and I think the long sleeves are definitely an effective strategy. Maybe more teams will be buying into that strategy going forward, as many of these games are just absolutely freezing cold here in Antarctica of Sacramento. We are thin-skinned up here. Most people would laugh at us, but 40 degrees is pretty cold.
40 degrees is definitely cold for California.
Yeah. As number 3, Zachary Sanchachevi is going to throw in here for the Falcons.
We got a couple of smart fans down there. Looks like they brought a heater with them, bundled up with the heater.
That's pretty genius if you ask me. It's Caleb Quinn. He's looking to make a play there in the 18-yard box, but it's thwarted by great defense from the Cougars.
Looks like it'll be a Cougars throw.
Indeed, it's going to be a throw-in from pretty much as deep in their own end as you can get from the bottom of your screen. David Smiley fires on goal. But the Capital Christian keeper had no problem with that shot. Smiley was looking to go low and hard. But that has not been an effective strategy against the Cougar keeper so far in this match. A couple guys have tried to go low and hard. 2 from Constancio and that one from Smiley. But none of them have gotten through. Except for J.T. Whistler's first goal of the match that came in the first 5 minutes of play. J.T. Walden, though, however, subbed off. Whistler, Walden. Whistler, a nickname for a guy. A lot of guys on the team give him. Down there, the soccer team. Really a tight-knit bunch, this soccer team. And they're growing closer by the minute, by the game. So friendships are really growing between the sophomores, juniors, and seniors. A wide array of classes for the Falcons. But they've gelled really well so far early in the season. I know they're all planning to get together and have a little team bonding this weekend after their tournament. We'll see if that helps the Falcons going forward.
Definitely the more connection you have in that team, the better you play. The more you trust each other, less selfish you play. It's really good to see from the Falcons. Good to hear.
Yeah, teamwork a vital aspect to soccer, which is really 11 guys moving as one in this soccer team. So all 11 guys need to trust each other, know each other's strengths, know each other's personalities, how they play, and that's really just going to come with more time playing together and more time just hanging out. Really, the most effective teams that I've been on, at least myself, have been the closest to friends. Can you second that one, Collins? That's a nice steal there from David Smiley.
I could definitely second that one. And this is going to be Alex Silva just driving down the middle, and he's going to lose the ball. Really sad to see there. Alex had a breakaway there. 28 from Capital Christian is able to catch up to him. Great ball there. Great ball popped right over the top. What do you think about that one, Mark?
It's the second time David Smiley has popped one over Capital Christian defender, and it's had a nice ball with a nice little chip there, but Silva just could not finish that one off. He's in for the second half replacement. As I know Coach Jacob Hunley is looking for Silva to get his fitness up here early in the season. Maybe didn't like the way that Silva came into the season prepared. He's looking for him to get a little more stamina in a sport that really requires a lot of stamina.
Run about 3 miles per game, most of the time even more.
Depending on what position you play. How many miles do you think those midfielders are running out there tonight?
Easily 3 to 5 mark. Running all over the field, up, down, side to side. At least that's how they should be playing. It's really good with the free substitutions too. Being able to sub out when you're tired.
So
Really helps the Falcons. Really helps every team.
that throw in trickles off the touchline, and the new goalkeeper for the Falcons, Ben Kessler, taking over for Johnny White. Johnny White was not tested too much there in that first half, but when he was tested, made some beautiful saves.
His one test was a very beautiful save. Very hard save there to make. Ben Kessler has been the more effective of the two goalies, both playing the same amount of minutes, with Ben only giving up 1 goal and Johnny giving up 3. That's going to be offsides there from Capital Christian. Ref's got his flag up, waiting for the center to notice him.
Just got a little too much of a head start there for the Capital Christian Cougars. We're still searching for their first win here early in this 2017-2018 boys soccer season. Cougars enter tonight 0-4. And unless they can really get something going on offense, it could drop to 0-5.
Falcons doing their best to keep the Capital Christian on that losing streak and start Christian Brothers' winning streak up again.
Yeah, and this start's really been atypical for a Cougar soccer program. It's had a lot of success under Coach Ab Alvarez. Alvarez is 153, 48-25 during his 10 years at the helm for Capital Christian. That shot goes just wide. But they've had a lot of success over there in Carmichael, a school of about 500 students. But this year does not seem to be one of those more successful years, Colin.
Yeah, it's been a very successful sports program over there. They had a section championship volleyball team last year. Sorry, the year before. They went back to the section championship last year. Unfortunately, taking a loss in the section final. Also have a great baseball team there, great basketball team, pretty good football team also. They'll be joining our league next year, Mark.
Indeed, that's something to look forward to next year in the 2018 year.
In will be Del Campo, Capital Christian, and Sacramento City High School.
Going to be a lot more competition in the Capital Athletic League next year for sure for the Christian Brothers High School that has really dominated the Capital Athletic League in the last decade. It looks like a lot of new competition is going to come in. Nice save there from the keeper.
This year, especially in
The ball was
football,
whipped in.
beating most teams by around 50 points, except for that tight game against Vista, who will be staying in the league.
Yeah, really, Vista and CB have dominated the Capital Athletic League. So it's great that some new, fresh faces are going to come into the league and maybe make it a little more competitive.
Definitely. Christian Brothers and Vista both leaps and bounds ahead of the competition.
I know Christian Brothers athletes really can kind of get bored during league play. There's not a lot of competition. Yes. Capital Christian also winning a Division III section title in basketball last year. Zach Chappelle leading the squad for the Cougars last year. The Cougars also have a man in the NBA. It's number 6. The Falcons is streaking towards the goal. And Alex Silva puts it through. 4-0 Falcons.
Alex Silva's going to get the credit here, but Hunter Dearlam had that just great run straight through the middle of that Cougars defense, cutting and swerving right through their defense, unable to get a stop. Alex Silva with a very nice finish there. It's good to see the Falcons backing each other up.
Silva really stole that goal there. So he didn't do a ton of the work, but he's going to get all the credit on the stat sheet. So Silva adds his second goal of the season and puts the Falcons up 4-0.
And with that goal, he will tie Zach Lau and Hunter Dearlam, the man he stole the goal from, with the team leader in goals. all with 2.
Chase Gallup controls the ball over there on the far side. Gallup, another football player and soccer player, a two-sport athlete.
Oh, this is a great run here from Chase Gallup. Let's see if he's able to and he's not going to be able to catch up to this one. Little too strong of a ball there from David Smiley.
Gallup, the running back and cornerback for the football team, showed off a lot of speed, but not enough during his football days here at Hughes Stadium, but could not use enough of that speed to get to that ball.
It's like the Falcons starting to warm up a couple of subs on the sideline. Little miscommunication there. The Falcons will ultimately win the ball back.
Willis also with a really nice touch there for the Falcons, but just misses David Smiley on the left side.
That ball's going to stay in bounds. Capital Christian just going to take it in stride. Unable to make anything out of it, though, as the Christian Brothers defense will pick up the through ball.
Yeah, he used number 6. Hunter Dearlam really has a wall there. Chase Gallup is sprinting after this ball on the right side.
And
Gallup
he will win
has
it.
Control.
It's only the goalie to beat, and the goalie will come out. Very nice one-on-one there from the goalie. Keep track of the ball and able to kick it out of bounds. There's that aggressiveness you see here from the goalie.
Gallup would have been on cloud 9 if he could have put that one away and put the Falcons up 5-0. Really, I know Gallup was entering this game really hoping for a goal to get on the board this season for the Falcons, but just came up short there. Beautiful burst of speed, though. It's Hunter Dearlam is sprinting through this Cougar defense. Hunter Dearlam is through. Hunter Dearlam can't finish.
He'll be
Great clearance there from the Cougars.
Unable to tap it past that goalie. Hunter Dearlam with quite a few runs straight through the middle of that Cougars defense. Quite porous defense here tonight from the Cougars.
His ball handling has really been exquisite this evening.
The technical skill on the ball definitely is very advanced, Mark.
Really Hunter Dearlam's strength. The junior. Gallup is going to come off, replaced by senior Jared Enos. Sophomore Hunter Dearlam. Wow. Just another talented sophomore here for this Falcons soccer program that has an absolutely blindingly bright future going forward. I know Jacob Hunley is very excited about the group he has.
Our JV team has also been playing quite well this year. Hopefully filling a few gaps that the seniors will leave next year.
It's Caleb Quinn controls. Kicks it over to Will Sullivan. The Falcons are going to restart the attack here from the back.
Senior Jared Enos is going to come back in, but this is going to be Hunter Dearlam trying to run onto the ball again. Looked like a little bit of a foul there in the box, but be no call there from the referee.
It would be really nice to see Dearlam get in the score sheet, I'm sure. He really deserves the goal after some beautiful runs inside the 18-yard box. Just hasn't been able to finish off here early in the season, or early in this game, in the second half.
Falcons are going to be able to get the cross off. They're going to get a deflection for a corner, however.
So to make up the Falcons' fourth corner kick of the night. So it'll be taken by the right-footed Jared Enos. And I'm looking for the bigger Alex Silva to make a play on the ball here. But Don Paletti's going to get a foot to it. It's just going to roll off the touchline. Going to bring up a Cougar goal kick.
Falcons have been really good not letting that ball drop in the air. Getting to it, getting the first touch, and trying to put a shot on goal. We're going to have a 3-man substitution here as Caleb Quinn, Dom Paletti, and Alex Silva will all come off in favor of Andrew Costanzio, Caleb Quinn.
Colin Quinn replacing his twin brother, Caleb Quinn. And JT Walden is going to enter. Walden, who got the Falcons on the scoreboard here from Hughes Stadium early in this matchup. See if he can find the back of the net again. Make it a 2-goal game for Walden. Falcons. I've really been impressed by the Falcons' ability to spread the love on offense. Had 4 different goal scorers. The Falcons really not one main strikers dominated the ball and dominated goal scoring for the Falcons. It's really been a team effort, and I think that's something to look for as the Falcons going forward this season. It's really going to be a team effort. They're going to need all the guys on the squad and all 11 guys at once on the pitch to come together in order to be a successful team this season. They really do not have they don't have a star player. They have a lot of really talented players.
They have a lot of talented players coming up to make that one unit. The Falcons keep playing this way. They might make a run for this section title this year. What do you think about that, Mark?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can make of this. Walden shoots this ball into the box. Comes to Constancio, and Constancio has it. 5-0 Falcons.
Constancio would just put it right in the corner. Cougars unable to clear it, and Falcons will just take the lead again here. A little bit of poor defense there from the Cougars.
That ball bounced around in there for about 10 seconds, just waiting for a Falcon attacker to get a foot to it and put the ball in the back of the net. And Constancio, after 2 unsuccessful shots earlier in this game, finds the back of the net on this one, and that's the 5th different goal scorer tonight for the Falcons. The Falcons now lead 5-0 here from Hughes Stadium. So we're about halfway through the second half. Falcons have added 2 goals since halftime. We've now played about 60 minutes here in total from Hughes Stadium. On a beautiful turf pitch. Pitch good enough for the professionals as well as Sac Republic, the USL team, began their impressive team a couple years ago. Started playing here on Sac City on this new turf pitch, and they were very successful, winning the USL title in their first season here at Hughes Stadium and team existence. Sac Republic will be looking to become an MLS team in the coming weeks, the coming months.
Yeah, their bid has been in here for a while. They have the stadium rights down at the old railroad over off of Highway 5. Hopefully they'll get that built. Hopefully they'll get that MLS bid. Soccer is a really big part here at Sacramento. Sacramento Republic actually played on this field just a few years ago before Papa Murphy's Park was built at Cal Expo. They played their inaugural season here at Sac City.
Indeed, it would be incredible for Sacramento to secure one of those 2 MLS expansion franchises. I know former Mayor Kevin Johnson and current Mayor Dale Steinberg will be in New York in the coming weeks to try to convince MLS that Sacramento should be one of those 2 teams as Caldwell Christian is looking to create here in the Falcons.
That was a great little attempt and great finish, but he is going to be offsides. Unfortunately, he is just beyond the Falcons' defense. Really great finish there. A really great flick from number 30 right past the Falcons' defense. Really need to be careful of that.
And that's a back-breaking offside call there for the Cougars, who look to finally get something positive going, get something on the scoreboard. The referee disagreed, and
he's going to disallow that goal.
The Cougars are going to keep a big fat 0 on the scoreboard for the time being as JT Walden continues. Andrew Constancio knocked over violently there.
Yeah, it's just going to be straight shoulder to the chest there.
Falcons are going to have a free kick from about 15 yards out.
Hopefully this game doesn't get any chippy. The Falcons are up 5-0. Hopefully the Cougars don't get mad and get a little chippy here.
Yeah, it's really easy as a team that's been blown out the last couple games, and it's going to fall to 0-5 here this evening to get frustrated and get chippy, get a little too physical. Looks like Hunter Dearland is going to take this free kick and try to pass it over to JT Walden, but it's just unsuccessful. Not enough pace on that pass. Cougars are looking to counter, but broken up there by...
Mark, you know what you call that free kick?
I don't know, Colin. What do you call that?
It's a good idea, but bad execution. Really got to work on that through ball. Really good trick play there. Trick out the defense. We really got to work on that execution there. That pass has got to be more direct to JT.
That was a horrible pass there from the Cougars. JT is in. Just off the goalie. Great save there from the keeper.
Horrible shot there from JT. Really should have picked a corner, tried to slit up past the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper did do a great job of coming out and making himself big, though. Just a poor shot there from JT. Really should have finished that one off.
Yeah, Walden has a huge leg, but not big enough a leg to kick it through the goalie.
Yeah.
Still got to kick it around him.
Need a little bit more accuracy. Maybe a little bit of a chip there as the goalkeeper went down a little bit early.
That would have been the second goal of the match for Walden. But his total will stay at 1. So we approach the 65th minute here in this non-conference matchup between the Falcons and the Cougars.
Looks like junior Zachary Martin is waiting to come in on the sideline. He was playing well there in the first half. Really good distributing from that right back position. Left back position.
So Walden's looking to create on the left side. He has Hunter Dearlam inside the 18, but Dearlam just over the crossbar.
Need a little more balance there before you take that shot, but it was a really great idea there from Hunter Dearlam. Really like to see him get on the scoreboard here. He's done a lot of creating here for the Falcons in the middle.
Yeah, Dearlam, just a sophomore, really been super impressive for the Falcons this evening, creating for himself and for his teammates on offense. Clearly a bright future for this Falcons soccer program as Jared Enos, the senior, takes control. He's looking for someone to pass to on the right side. Ball is going to find Caleb Quinn. Caleb Quinn's unable to find a teammate, and the Cougars will clear.
Going to need a better first touch there from Colin Quinn. He's played great all night. Capital's going to have the ball in the middle. Try and send it through, but Will's also just going to sniff that one out. Get it to JT Walden on the outside.
Dearlam pressures this Cougars back line. Keeper is going to clear it. Colin Quinn with a nice touch there. In the middle, number 8, the Ocho for this Falcons attack. Quinn finds Dearlam, who's looking for, looks like David Smiley, but he's unsuccessful there on the cross. Great defense there from Will Salsa, though, on the back line to make up for it.
Those Falcon mids have been all over the field. It's really great to see them distributing throughout, moving all over the place, not just staying in one spot.
Looks like seniors Zach Law and Willie Osen are getting re-warmed up. Check back in this game. What do you think of that, Colin?
I think it's good to see some senior talent in, get some minutes in. They don't really need them this game, but you got to keep those legs moving for these upcoming games this weekend.
Yeah, it's really tough, though, for the starters to come out, get all warmed up, and then sit on the bench for about 10, 15, 20 minutes and then try to get back in the game.
Of course, Mark.
Tough task, but I'm sure the tough Zach Law and Willie Osen will be up to the task here this evening.
I'm sure they'll be quite happy to get back in the game after only getting a few minutes at the beginning.
Indeed, Zach Law made a lot of his few minutes, though, netting the Falcons a second goal of the evening. Second of 5 goals here as the Falcons hold on to a commanding 5-goal lead. Here on KBFT Sports, would you like to make one of those goals the CBTalent.com play of the game, Colin?
I'm going to have to think about that one, Mark. Definitely one's up for it. We'll see if we can get a couple better ones here at the end of this second half.
All right, we'll get back to you on that for CBTalent.com player and play of the game. Here from soccer expert Colin McCarley. As I remind you to go over to CBTalent.com and check out the beautiful writing of the students in Mr. Anderson's Introduction to Writing for Publication class. Been working hard all season, all semester long.
Mr. Anderson really does a great job with his students, teaching them to write, not only for the writing for publication class, but also for the sports broadcasting class. Feel free to check out the season previews for both soccer teams and basketball teams. on the cbathletics.org.
Indeed, be sure and go to the Christian Brothers main website, click on athletics, and then it'll be right over to where you need to be.
Student run, student written. Very good programs here at Christian Brothers.
Indeed, one of the most unique parts about Christian Brothers High School, I know, is the basketball team moved to 2-0 with a huge win over Del Oro yesterday. Jared Enos, former basketball player, fires on frame, but really did not find a corner there, Colin.
No, he did not. Our women's basketball team has also been great this year, opening up with a win against D1 powerhouse Oak Ridge.
Now they had another win over D1 perennial contender McClatchy the other night.
It's great to hear both men's and women's sports doing great this season.
Indeed, as Capital Christian is looking for their first goal. They're inside the 18, and they have their first goal. 5-1.
That's a great run there down the side from Capital Christian. Kind of a poor finish. A very poor save there from Ben Kessler. Really should have done more to solve that, as it went right through his legs for the goal.
That ball was fired with a lot of pace there from just about 5 yards out, and Kessler could not handle it. It's going to cut the Falcons' lead to 4, but as we reach the 70th minute mark here from Hughes Stadium, I don't think the Falcons are too worried about their advantage being cut from 5-1.
That's a mistake you really got to worry about, especially as you start getting into these tougher teams throughout the season. You just really can't have that ball go through your legs. Ben Kessler, I'm sure, is just a simple mishap. Definitely should not make a habit of that.
That is true. Goals like that in tough games, in tight games, can really be the deciding factor between a win and a loss. The Falcons will, I'm sure, be playing in more important and more spirited games, more competitive games going forward this season. I noticed Andrew Costancio still in the game, the junior. He's played most of this game, whereas a lot of the Falcons players have subbed in and out, getting a lot of time for a lot of the bench players, but Costancio has really been up there in that his midfield position all game long. This ball's whipped in for Colin Quinn, and Colin Quinn has his second goal of the evening. 6-1 Falcons.
Colin Quinn did a great job to bring it down there with his chest and just poke it right over the goalie. Looks like JT Whistler's going to come off to the sideline here. He looked a little banged up on that last play. He was on the ground for a minute or two.
That would be a tough loss for the Falcons. Looks like he should be all right, but
hopefully nothing serious, just a little stinger here as it is very cold.
Yeah, Walden really, that combination of size and speed is really unique here for us Falcons, who are mostly feature smaller players, but very quick players. What did you see on that goal for Colin Quinn, his second of the evening there, Colin?
That was a beautiful trap there from the chest on a nice cross there from the outside. It's good to see he was able to bring that down and finish it. Sometimes it's just lost in translation between the two.
Zachary Martin is looking to get in the score sheet, but a little too ambitious there, and that ball flies over the crossbar harmlessly and bring up a goal kick for the Cougars.
Not always easy to make that connection between trapping it and taking the shot. It's a great job there from Colin Quinn to do both. Hunter Dielam comes open. Bad first touch, and he'll push it to the right. Not on frame. Hunter Dielam has had a lot of great opportunities tonight, including that one goal that Alex Silva stole from the top of the box.
Yeah, Dielam has really been a player that stood out to me this evening. His footwork and beautiful technical play are really something to look forward to for the Falcons going forward this season.
He does have a really great touch on the ball, Mark.
He's also a really quick player, which helps him to get into open spaces. despite his inability to finish this evening. He has finished twice earlier in the first 2 games of the season for the Falcons.
Coming into this game, he was the goal-scoring leader for the Falcons. That is no longer the case, as there have been a lot of goals here tonight.
Indeed, we now have 4 guys with 2 goals, and David Smiley is looking for his first goal this season.
Zach Lau with the great run, but he's unable to get to that through ball. Good combination there for the Falcons. That's just going to be a missed opportunity. Really great steal on the outside from David Smiley. Good to see it. And another great steal here from Colin Quinn. And that's going to be a foul right outside the 18. Colin Quinn is down on the field. And he'll be able to get up just fine.
Indeed, Colin Quinn with a nice steal and a nice move there. It was taken down violently by a Capital Christian defender. We'll see if Falcons can finish off the free kick here. Think they're going to try that through ball play they attempted on the last free kick, Colin?
I would definitely watch Zach Lau on the outside here. He is standing alone at the edge of the box. Capital Christian pointing at him, but he not making a move toward the ball.
Not sure what that's going to do, but we'll see what looks like. Colin Quinn is going to get the opportunity to finish off what he started on this free kick.
I'd love to see Colin Quinn just bury this in the back of the net, not try any more of the plays that they've done here tonight.
Goal here would be his 3rd of the evening, giving him the first hat trick of the season for the Falcons. See the sophomore Quinn. Do you hear with this free kick? So he strikes it.
Oh, that was a great play
save there, but Smiley finishes it off. 7-1 Falcons.
And that goal is actually going to be disallowed as David Smiley was offsides on the play. Really good to see the Falcons falling off the ball. You just really got to watch your offsides on those free kicks.
Wow, I really thought that one was in there, Colin.
Colin Quinn has been playing very well tonight. He has 2 goals, almost added a 3rd there.
For anyone not super familiar with the offsides rule in soccer, would you like to refresh us on that one, Colin?
Sure, Mark, I'd love to. Offsides is when a player on offense is behind the second-to-last defender on defense when the ball is played, Mark. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. On that one, and the ball was played off of the goalie's chest. Smiley was behind the last man on that Cougar defense. That's why that goal is going to be disallowed. But the advantage remains at 5 goals, so the Falcons really have commanded this lead. Zach Lau is looking to strike on goal, but
another
save
great save there
from the keeper.
Capital Christian keeper's got to be nearing 10 saves here. He's had quite a few great ones here tonight.
Another attacker for the Falcons trying to go low and hard. But that seems to be the keeper's specialty. As he has kept a lot of those balls out of the net. As the Cougars are looking to get something going here with this through ball.
Keeper definitely has great reactions here. See if the Cougars can do anything with this. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick to the Falcons.
It's a great defensive play there from number 19, Cole Malore, to earn this goal kick for the Falcons.
Another young player here for the Falcons. Haven't seen many seniors tonight. Seen a lot of young talent getting minutes as the season's opening up. Coach Hundley looking to see who he can trust throughout the season.
As we pass the 75th minute here from Hughes Stadium, the Falcons looking to wrap up a huge victory here at Hughes Stadium, looking to go 2-1 on the season. They currently lead 6-1 over the Capital Christian Cougars. That is the Cougar defender with the best salad on the pitch. Kicks over to number 18. For sure, I'm loving that afro over there from number 31 is number 19. Cole Moore is going to track this ball and look to throw it back in for the Falcons as we look to wrap up another victory here for the Falcons. Indeed, as we now reach the 78th minute here from Hughes Stadium. Falcons are going to be 2-1 here in the preseason, the pre-league slate.
Hasn't been much doing here in the last few minutes. See if Hunter Dearlam can make something happen before time expires.
I know Dearlam would love a goal here. He's worked really hard.
Just a poor pass there from Dearlam. He has worked really hard tonight. Fortunately, unable to finish.
The Cougars look to have something going. They got 3-on-3 here in the Falcon box, but that ball is going to trickle off of a Falcons defender and off the touchline. It's going to bring up a corner kick for the Cougars. One of their few scoring opportunities this evening.
Capital Christian taking their time for the corner here. They look defeated in this 6-1 beatdown. Just trying to finish this game and get out of here and go home. It's very cold here tonight.
Yeah, this Capital Christian is really... They've looked defeated, honestly, since
that third goal
JT
went
Walden put the Falcons out 1-0. Looked as if the Cougars had already determined in their mind they weren't not going to have much of a chance to win this game. And they really haven't for any major portion of the game.
Here comes Jared Enos just tearing down the sideline. He's going to get to that ball, but so is the Capital Christian defender. It's not going to go out, and he's going to make it by him, but it's going to go out of bounds at the touchline.
That was a beautiful move there from Enos. Beautiful burst of speed.
Great job getting around that defender, just sadly falls out of bounds, just barely.
Change of direction there was really impressive for Enos. Cross from his left to his right foot.
It was a great trap there from...
Enos is going to have another chance here down the right wing. He has that ball inside.
Way to get the cross in, and nobody will be able there to finish it.
Yeah, number 20, Zach Lau, made contact there with the goalie, and they're going to get him for a foul, and it's going to bring up a Capital Christian free kick. So we are here in the 79th minute here from Hughes Stadium. Barring a miraculous comeback from the Capital Christian Cougars, the Falcons are going to get a huge blowout win here on the 7th of December. As Hunter Dearlam is tearing down the middle of the field.
Going to find David Smiley.
David Smiley did not get a good foot to that. He is disappointed in his effort there. Easy save for the Capital Christian keeper.
Missed opportunity to add a 7th goal there.
It's a little give and go there between Lau and Dearlam.
Just a poor touch on the ball there from Dearlam. Really should have had that ball continuing the Falcons defense, but now they got to chase it down the other way. Oh, wow. Ben Kessler just gets taken out by his own player, Zachary Martin.
The Cougars are going to have a deep goal. That was a second goal tonight there from the Cougars from about 40 yards out.
That was a really, really good idea. Pick your head up there from number 20 of the Cougars. Great idea to pick your head up and look to see where that goalie is after he got taken out. Ben Kessler just not able to recover. Got hit pretty hard there on that play.
He was absolutely drilled by Zachary Martin, was still on the ground.
Ben Kessler just stopped and watched that go over his head, knowing he had no chance to get there. Very well-placed ball into the back of the net for the Cougars.
Beautiful strike from 40 yards out from the Cougars. And it's going to get their second goal of the evening. They cut the deficit to 4. But still, as we are in the final minutes here from Hughes Stadium, the Falcons still have a commanding lead. 6-2. Zach Lau controls the ball down the left side. Is looking for a teammate. He's going to have Zach Martin here on the back line.
Besides that goal from the Falcons there, from the Cougars there hasn't been much doing these past couple of minutes. Both teams just trying to finish the game out here. Looks like we're going to get a sub here. Number 24, Caleb Quinn. Going to wait on the sideline for a sub. Wills also good job to attack the ball in the air there. A little bit of an errant header.
That ball was flying at a high speed. And the referee blows his whistle 3 times. And that's going to signal the end of a beautiful win here from Hughes Stadium for the Falcons. Final score this evening, Falcons 6 and the Cougars 2. On a great night of football here for the Falcons, we're going to have the CBTalent.com play and player of the game for those honors. Who are we awarding those to, Colin?
We will be giving those both to Caleb Quinn. He had a lot of brilliant runs tonight, and he will finish that goal off in the top left corner early in the game. It's just a great, brilliant run there. Really good to see the young talent from the Falcons stepping up. Colin Quinn just had a really great game. What do you think, Mark?
Indeed, I think Quinn's efforts, along with a lot of the sophomores and juniors' efforts, were instrumental here in this win.
A really good showing here for the young talent of Christian Brothers, as most of the seniors got a bit of a break here tonight.
Final score here from Hughes Stadium, Falcons 6 and the Cougars 2. Thank you for the other two members of our team, cameraman Jules Callis and the always amazing Brendan Hogan here on a frigid night here from Hughes Stadium. Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of KBFT Sports presented by CBTalent.com. We remind you to tune in on Tuesday for the men's soccer team takes on Jesuit in the Holy Cup here at Hughes Stadium. So be sure to tune in on Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night, folks.